As we previously noted on this news hour, the McCain-Palin campaign's polling went into the toilet, not because the economy did, but beforehand, after the convention bounce, after people began to get to know Sarah Palin. And in our fourth story tonight, she returns to sell her book. It seems to be happening again, and not just at the polls, also at the cash register. A new CBS poll finds only 23% of Americans have a favorable view of the former governor of Alaska, the same as when she quit that job in July. 38% have an unfavorable view, including 36% of independents, as opposed to 21% of independents who view her favorably. People who read don't seem too thrilled with her either. Walmart having dropped her book's pre-order price from $28.99 down to $10. I'm sorry, down to $9. Wait, $8.98 as of November 5th. One theory, maybe nobody believes her anymore. It's a strong possibility, given the impossibility of tracking all of her lies in the book and in promoting it. The Sarah Palin Dishonesty Tracking Center working overtime. Is that Andrew Sullivan next to the guys from the Associated Press back there? Some of the findings we reported yesterday, plus what we have time for now, just the tip of a very large iceberg. To her credit, the lies display no partisan bias. She lies to the right wing and mainstream alike, mostly that we know of, about the campaign, for which there is plenty of rebuttal evidence, much of it from her own words. We told you last night, Palin claimed she wanted to do Saturday Night Live while her own emails from the time said otherwise. Today on ABC, Palin complained that Saturday Night Live made up things she never said, apparently saying so oblivious to the definition of parody. She strongly implied that she never said anything like, "I can see Russia from my house."
I think that there was a blurred line there between what Tina Fey was parodying and saying and what I ever said. Let's take, for instance, she's saying, "I can see Russia from my house," pretending that she was me.
And I can see Russia from my house.
Well, of course, I've never said that, and yet the line was blurred, and I think people, because it was repeated so often, perhaps believed that I had said such a thing.
People did not believe you said such a thing because it was repeated so often. It was repeated so often not only because it rang true, as good parody does, but because, in fact, you did say such a thing. In fact, you said something far worse, saying straight-faced that seeing Russia from your state made you qualified to deal with Russia's invasion of Georgia, which is nowhere near Alaska.
What insight into Russian actions, particularly in the last couple of weeks, does the proximity of this state give you?
They're our next-door neighbors, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska, from an island in Alaska.
Some of her lies are clearly spur-of-the-moment attempts to make herself look better. For instance, in the clip you are about to see, Palin either lies to Oprah Winfrey, and you don't lie to Oprah Winfrey, oh no, or she reveals that she lied to the McCain campaign. The context was Palin telling Oprah Winfrey that after she told a reporter she disagreed with the campaign decision not to fight for Michigan, she defended herself against campaign staff criticism by saying, in essence, "Well, I only told the reporter that because this was the first I was hearing about Michigan," that it was the reporter who told her.
For instance, they saying, "What do you think about the campaign pulling out of Michigan?" And I think, darn, I wish we weren't. Every vote matters. Can't wait to get back to Michigan. And then told afterwards that, "Oh, you screwed up. You went rogue on us, Sarah. You're not supposed to be." And my reminder to the campaign was, I didn't know we pulled out of Michigan. My entire VP team, we didn't know that we had pulled out of. I'm sorry, I apologize. But speaking candidly to a reporter.
You heard it from the first.
Right.
So she told the McCain campaign, or told Oprah Winfrey that she did, quote, "I didn't know we pulled out of Michigan." Surprise, that's not what she told the reporter who asked her about Michigan. She not only told him she already had read the news, but said that it was not a surprise.
Well, that's not a surprise because the polls are showing we're not doing as well there, evidently, as we would like to. But I read that this morning also.
And then there are the truly inexplicable lies, the lies that seem to serve no purpose unless she thinks they will please her audience of the moment. CBS News reports that Sarah Palin herself told the McCain campaign that her daughter Bristol was pregnant. She told Ms. Winfrey she was surprised the McCain campaign knew that.
I would have thought that you would have been concerned about them finding out about Bristol's pregnancy. Weren't you surprised that they knew? Because at the time, only the family knew.
I was surprised that they knew.
Perhaps stranger still are the gratuitous lies that serve no purpose and that no one outside her family could disprove. Who, for instance, could possibly say whether she held a family vote on whether she should run for vice president? If she stuck with just one answer, no email nor disgruntled aide could say otherwise. The only person in this case who could reveal that truth simply does not matter to her is her.
What was your family's reaction? Was that time to huddle and have a hockey team meeting?
It was a time of asking the girls to vote on it anyway, and they voted unanimously, yes.
Did you gather the family together to talk about, or was there a family vote or discussion?
This time there wasn't a family vote.
The word salad continues today. Sarah Palin meets the man who said the book was one of the most substantive policy books he's read in a long time. It's Orly Tate's Limbaugh, and given his grasp of policy, I'm going to say that's not only probably true, in fact, it may be the only policy book he's ever read. Next.